A political firebrand, a viral video that shocked a nation, a courtroom battle that would stretch for years. This is the story of Julius Malema'S firearm trial, a saga of power, race, and justice in modern South Africa. In this exclusive documentary, we take you inside the courtroom for the journey that culminated in a guilty verdict that could end a career and reshape a country's political landscape. What really happened inside those courtrooms? How did a 3-second video clip lead to a 7-year legal battle? And what does this mean for the future of South Africa's most controversial opposition leader? Strap in for the complete, dramatic story from the first shot fired to the final gavel fall. July 28, 2018, the Economic Freedom Fighters' 5th anniversary celebration at Sisa Dukasane Stadium in Mdantsane. Thousands of supporters in red berets fill the stadium. The atmosphere is electric. Then their leader, Julius Malema, does something that would define the next 7 years of his life. In a moment captured from multiple angles, Malema fires a rifle into the air, not once, but multiple times. The crowd cheers, but that action would trigger a legal earthquake. 2 days later, a cleaner would find a spent cartridge at the stadium, a crucial piece of evidence that would become central to the case. The video went viral, catching the attention of AfriForum, the Afrikaner civil rights group that would bring criminal charges against Malema, setting in motion the legal machinery that would eventually lead to this moment. The state would level serious charges both against Malema and his bodyguard, Adrian Snyman. Let's break down exactly what they faced. For Malema, unlawful possession of a firearm, both rifle and unknown firearm, unlawful possession of ammunition, discharging a firearm in a public place, reckless endangerment to persons or property, and for both men, failure to take reasonable precautions to avoid danger. For Snyman specifically, providing a firearm to a person not allowed to possess it. The legal journey began in November 2019 with their first court appearance. But this was no ordinary case. It would face numerous delays and procedural battles. The resignation of the prosecutor in March 2022, COVID-19 disruptions, and scheduling conflicts would stretch the case for years. A critical turning point came on January 30, 2023, when Malema and Snyman challenged the admissibility of the viral video evidence. But Magistrate Toinette Olivier would rule the footage crucial and allow it as evidence. In a dramatic twist, she also dismissed an application for her recusal after claims of bias. The state built its case methodically, calling 18 witnesses over 5 years. The final witness for the state was the investigating officer, Colonel Rodney Swartboy. Evidence included video and audio footage showing Malema firing multiple shots with 2 different caliber firearms. The forensic evidence was damning. That spent cartridge found by the cleaner, it was definitively linked to a rifle owned by Tactical Security, the company where Snyman worked as manager, the same rifle seen in the video. Then in June 2024, Malema took the stand in his own defense. He maintained the rifle was a toy, a prop loaded with blanks. He described the trial as a waste of public funds and time. But under scrutiny, his testimony took bizarre turns that ultimately harmed his case. Magistrate Olivier would later remark that Malema's testimony was entertaining. It failed to answer pertinent questions. She highlighted moments that defied belief. When Malema told the court he had counted 15 shots fired, he then stated he could not count because he had graduated in woodwork. And on how the cartridge was linked to him, he said it must have been the Holy Spirit. The magistrate was clear. Such answers did him no favors. They showed evasion rather than transparency. But this was never just a legal case. The courtroom became a stage for South Africa's deepest political and racial tensions. Malema, a divisive figure known for policies including the expropriation of white-owned land without compensation, frequently framed the trial as political persecution. The case even reached international diplomacy. U.S. President Donald Trump used clips of Malema during a tense meeting with South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, falsely claiming they evidenced an ongoing white genocide in South Africa. Later, Malema would be denied entry to the UK over his support for Hamas and comments about white people. The racial subtext was undeniable. AfriForum, who had brought the case, hailed the prosecution as a victory for equality before the law. Malema's EFF saw it as a witch hunt by white establishment forces. This tension would define the entire proceeding. October 1, 2025, after a marathon judgment that began 3 days earlier, the moment of truth arrived. Magistrate Toinette Olivier delivered her verdict. Accused 1 in respect of counts 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, you are found guilty as charged. Accused 2, Mr. Snyman, in respect of counts 4 and 6, you are found not guilty and discharged. The contrast was striking. Snyman, the white bodyguard who allegedly handed Malema the rifle, walked free. Malema, the black political leader, faced 5 guilty counts and a potential 15-year prison sentence. In a crucial evidentiary ruling, the magistrate noted she hadn't relied on the viral video that circulated online, stating it wasn't properly authenticated. Instead, she admitted footage from Gearhouse, the company contracted to record the event, because it could be traced to a specific source and was properly authenticated. Outside the court, Malema's response was defiant. He joined supporters in singing the controversial "Kill the Boer, Kill the Farmer" chant and framed the verdict as racist, arguing that Snyman's acquittal should have collapsed the entire case. Quoting Malema, "As a revolutionary, going to prison or death is a badge of honor. We cannot be scared of prison. We cannot be scared to die for the revolution." So where does this leave us? Sentencing is scheduled for January 23, 2026. The stakes couldn't be higher. The minimum prescribed sentence for unlawful possession of an automatic or semi-automatic firearm is 15 years, though courts can show leniency. If sentenced to more than 12 months without the option of a fine, Malema will be barred from serving as an MP for 5 years, a potentially devastating blow to his political career. But Malema isn't going down without a fight. He immediately announced plans to beef up his legal team, bringing in prominent advocate Tembeka Nokutaibi for the appeal. He vowed to take the case all the way to the Constitutional Court, framing it as a battle against racism rather than a simple legal case. Reactions have been sharply divided. The Democratic Alliance welcomed the ruling as accountability, while the EFF slammed it as a witch hunt and political persecution. Legal expert Ulrich Rooks noted there's a good chance Malema could serve prison time. From a stadium rally to the highest courts of appeal, the Julius Malema firearm trial represents more than one man's legal jeopardy. It's a microcosm of South Africa's ongoing struggles with race, power, and accountability. However the appeals unfold, this case has already cemented its place in the nation's contentious political history. This has been an in-depth look at one of South Africa's most dramatic political trials. The story is far from over. Sentencing comes in January, followed by what promises to be a monumental appeal process. If you want to stay updated on this case and other breaking political dramas, make sure to follow our channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our continuing coverage. The courtroom doors may have closed for now, but the real drama is just beginning.